Alrighty, we can begin this. Hello, all you Shanes out there. Here I am back again, but with a different person this time. Who's here with me?
It's me.
Wow, very excited person to play. Anyways, here we are, Apollo Justice Ace Attorney Trilogy. Completely read the title wrong. First off, I want to thank all of our sponsors for giving us this free game. Thank you, Kevin, for this for sponsoring this channel.
I was sponsored by Big Candle. Make your house smell nice.
Everybody go buy some big candles today. So anyways, let's get to the game selection and let's start playing now. Damn. Oh, episodes?
Shane doesn't want to play anymore. What happened to him?
What'd you say?
How come Shane doesn't want to play anymore? What happened to him?
Oh, you know, he's gone through some traumatic... He got sued recently.
Oh, there's Shane!
So... He got sued recently, so... Oh, I like how you can just go new game, or you can just go straight to the episode you like. Anyways, there. Let's begin this new journey, this year-long journey that's about to
Is that
come.
Phoenix in episode 4?
Maybe. We'll get there when we get there, right? Alright, let's
That's
get...
Phoenix.
It is Phoenix, yep.
Start it.
Let's go, let's get this show on the road. Episode 1, Turnabout Trump.
Trump's in the first episode?
Damn.
Sponsored by Big Candle.
Well, the quality is already a lot more impressive than the first trilogy. Showdown time. Alright, who won that hand? Kevin.
The first guy.
You lose. Ah!
Who eeks when I get hit with a bottle?
Seemed to be a bit of trouble. Something like that. Dead. Someone hit him hard. Me? Please. The cops should be here any minute. I'm in your hands. Should have come to that. April 20th, 9:37.
Portrait's new in the background.
The old man one?
Yeah, isn't it new? It's all goatee, like there's no sideburns at all.
I don't remember. Panic, palm sweaty. I can admit it, I'm nervous.
Oh, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You look tense, Justice. Boned up tight.
What, wound up, sir? No, I'm loose, I'm fine.
That screeching noise. Is that your voice? I suppose it is to be expected. Now you gotta do a screeching noise.
Okay.
Your first trial, and it's a homicide. I guess justice doesn't start small, eh?
I'm fine. I got up at 5 a.m. to do my Chords of Steel voice workout. I'm fine.
Ah, that explains it. I did detect a certain rasping quality to your screech.
Overdid it again.
As you know, your client today is a good friend of mine. I wouldn't want to let him down, if you get my drift.
Drift gone, sir. I'm all over that drift.
As it happens, I dined with him the night of the murder. We can't let this case fall through. He's the killer, isn't he?
Yes, I'm fine, sir. What? No, he's my helpful guide. No way he will be evil.
One more thing. Let's say you're fine so much. People might take you the wrong way.
Look,
I'll be preparing our case. You might want to introduce yourself to the client.
my name is Apollo Justice. If it isn't clear already, I'm a new attorney. And today is my first trial. No, not that I'm worried or anything. The defendant has been accused of murder. My boss wants to help him out, of course, and so do I. I mean, there's no way he did it. Not him, no way.
Have fun talking to yourself.
Wow. Wait, I thought you were gonna be him.
You want me to be Phoenix?
Was that the plan?
I can do it.
Whoa! Good, morning. Good job voice acting, Kevin. You're doing great.
Morning. It's all up to you today.
Yeah, Phoenix, you've gotten really old. First trial, nervous. Meeting him, cardiac arrest. I think I'm supposed to say something. Help?
So, you're...
Fine. I'm fine.
Mr. Fine, is it? I did remember you having an odd name.
Well, we're off to a great start. Are you sure you're okay? I mean, with me? Mr. Gavin's a top-notch defense attorney. And he's your friend. So why?
You'll see. You can do it. Be confident.
I'm really sorry this happened to you. I mean,
It's time, shall we?
yes, sir.
Phoenix acting so fucking weird.
Also, you just realized that because you're doing Old Man Phoenix, now whenever he's the main character for a trial, you have to speak in that voice forever.
Well, he is old.
Okay, I need to
He's
focus.
gotta be at least 25.
First trial. Here comes justice. April 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Wow.
Is that pain?
It's always gonna be paying first course case, baby. The court is now in session.
Prosecution is ready, Your Honor.
Look at his new look.
It's combing it over. There's like curtains.
The defense is fine. I mean, ready, Your Honor. My complaint. Don't panic. Too late. Your name was Mr. Justice? And this is your first trial? Yes, Your Honor. But I'm fine, really. Are you quite sure? Your voice sounds a bit strained. Mr. Gavin?
Yes, Your Honor.
I was just under the impression that you'd be heading up this case.
That was my intention, yes. However, a defense attorney must always see to his client's wishes. And my client specifically requested Mr. Justice.
Well, of course he wants justice. But to entrust his case to this greenhorn, who just conveniently is named Mr. Justice, why? I do not exaggerate when I say that you're the best defense attorney in town, Mr. Gavin. Okay, so Gavin's got trial experience, fine, but does he have cores of steel? Then let's begin. The defendant may enter the courtroom. I feel like Apollo is gonna really start shouting, and that means I have to start shouting.
You can wake up your house.
Hello. This is truly an unfortunate turn of events. So we had to meet again under these circumstances. Long time no see, Mr. Wright.
Let's put this past us, shall we? These days, I'm merely Phoenix Wright, piano player.
Mr. Wright, how could this have happened?
My uncle didn't have his back.
I won't speak of it further then. If the prosecution will be so kind as to explain the charges, Mr. Payne.
Think, I saw you enter this room a fresh attorney, and now I'll see you leaving in chains.
Ah, Winston Payne. Oh, wrong voice. Oh, Winston Payne. Subtle as ever, I see.
The crime occurred at the Borscht Bull Club, a Russian restaurant. The defendant, Phoenix Wright, took the victim, a customer, and he hit him, wham, on the head, smack, killed him cold.
A customer at the restaurant, you say? And the defendant, you say he was...
The pianist for the club, it seems.
Phoenix Wright? A pianist?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life.
Oh, can you hear there's a pianist in my background?
This is the weapon that took the victim's life. A bottle of grape juice. Grape juice is apparently our defendant's drink of choice.
The court accepts the deadly bottle as evidence. Wow. Look at that animation, you see that?
Something to note, Justice. All evidence is filed in the court record. Make a practice of checking it frequently.
The court record. Right, I've heard of that.
Use E to look at the evidence so far.
What does that mean, boss? E? What does E mean?
I was just told
that's
to
what
say
you
that.
mean. An attorney's badge. Oh, it's not Phoenix Wright without one. Autopsy report. Time of death was around 2 a.m. April 17. Death caused by a single blow to forehead. Ooh, we got a crime photo? Anything sus in this photo?
Looks like Phoenix did it.
Yeah, I always knew he would. Actually, I think Maya did it. I think Maya's the responsible for this one. Oh, we can look at this bottle closely. Oh, what the hell is this?
Check for fingerprints.
Grape juice. How long has it been since I drank grape juice? Apparently it's Mr. Wright's favorite drink. I wonder how well it goes with Borch. Ah, so this is the 3D technology that they were trying out all the way back then. The bottle's completely empty. How is this bottle still intact after being
Yeah,
smashed
why
on
did
the
it
head?
break?
Crazy. Okay. Oh, profiles. Of course. Boss Gavin. First rate defense attorney, my trusted mentor. Phoenix Wright. He's pianist at the Borch Boat Club, formerly an ace defense attorney of some renown. Damn, he's 63 years old? Nuts. Shoddy Smith, the
Shady.
victim in this case. Shady Smith. A traveler, only recently back in country. Winston Payne, the prosecuting attorney. For all of his experience, he lacks a certain presence.
He's 61. I can't believe Phoenix is older than him.
I know, damn. Alright. I got it, boss. I press E just like you told me.
Oh, I'm done. I'm confident in your ability to handle this.
Right, just use E. Sounds like it's time for some hands-on action. So, the victim was a customer at this restaurant. But just who was this, Shady Smith fellow?
We believe he was a traveler, Your Honor.
Traveler?
According to his passport, he had been out of the country for a number of years. He had only returned to this country recently, though his place of residence is unclear.
And he has some sort of connection with the defendant?
That, too, is unclear at the present, Your Honor. We believe they first met at the Borscht Bowl Club on the night of the crime.
If they have only just met, then why murder? Perhaps the victim slighted the defendant's piano playing?
That doesn't appear to have been the case. No, the motive had nothing to do with the defendant's lack of playing skill. At least, not piano playing. I'll let this photo explain what I mean. As we can see, a game of poker was in the progress at the time of the crime.
Wait a second. Isn't poker gambling? That's a crime in and of itself.
Phoenix.
Indeed, it appears our defendant is a criminal. Has fallen to the basest form of criminal.
Objection! Damn, wow, he said that. Crazy.
It is true the defendant was engaged in a game of poker with the victim. Yet, it was only that, a game, in the purest sense, a competition, Your Honor.
A competition?
Yes, a test of wits, a silent clash of passions. Only the cards, their backs wreathed in blue flame, know its final outcome.
Come again?
The cards on the table had blue backs, Your Honor. I believe the defense was waxing poetic in an attempt to mystify these present. And impress women. Oh my god, so hot!
That would be our first order of business here then.
Impress the women.
To find out more about this fatal game of cards. Very well, defendant. You will testify to the court about the poker competition held the night of the crime.
My pleasure.
This is it. My first trial. Here goes nothing. Oh.
I am a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all. My real job is to take on interested customers over at the poker table. The room where we play and the competition are there in the club's main attractions. The rules are simple. We play a game of poker using 2 decks of cards. That's all. A game. And our customers are happy.
A pianist who
death
can't.
game.
Yep. A pianist who can't play piano?
Better than a defense attorney you can't defend.
Screw you, Pay. Very well. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Right, Your Honor. Our first cross-examination. Don't blow it.
Are you alright? You're sweating bullets.
Bullets? Where?
It's a figure of speech, Justice. Your voice sounds strained and raspy, too.
My brain feels strained and raspy, sir.
You've watched me perform cross-examinations many times. Though, you've never done one yourself, have you? Care for a refresher?
What to do? Should I ask Mr. Gam for a refresher course in cross-examination?
No.
Hell no, we know how to play this game. No need for help here, sir. I think I've got this one covered.
I think you'd better do more than think. You know it. Or you do not.
I'm fine. The cords of steel are ready for battle. I'm ready to shout at Phoenix. This Phoenix guy here. My weapons, press and present.
Find any inconsistencies, any lies in the testimony, and reveal them to the court. That is cross-examination. Learn it, know it, do it.
Inconsistencies, lies, Phoenix right?
Phoenix wrong.
As if Phoenix right would never lie, and it's up to me to prove it. The defense may begin the cross-examination. Damn, what was this, that versus screen?
Fight! I'm a pianist by trade, yet I can hardly play at all.
No, no. This part we don't have to read the whole thing again.
My real job is... okay, fine.
Let's press this, huh? Hold it! You can hardly play.
Oh, I play sometimes, when customers demand it. So I play them one song. That's usually all they want.
Was that supposed to be a boast just now?
The title of pianist is a mask. A respectable face I wear for the world at large.
Then why are you really at the Borch Boat Club? Your jobs take on interested customers, huh? They pay you just to play poker?
That would seem to be the case. I'm a professional, after all.
Bah, do I take pride in that statement? It's just hard for an honest, hardworking member of society like me to imagine.
Yes, your imagination was always a bit limited, Winston.
What?
I've played poker for 7 years in that little room. And I've never lost once. I'm an excellent cheater.
What?
You see why the customers come now? Defeat the undefeated poker champion. It's quite a draw. That is, I'm quite a draw.
Wait, you never lost once? Not even one time?
As I said, I'm a professional.
He's played poker for 7 years and not lost once. Is that even possible? I don't know what we're playing. The competition there are the club's main attractions. The room in the crime scene photo is an attraction?
It has quite a history, actually. The Bush Ballroom used to be a gathering spot for black market types back in the day.
But black market?
All in the past. Things like the black market are only seen on the silver screen nowadays. Suffice to say that there will be a lot of deals being made under the table. Right there in that room.
A smoky room, gambling hoods, you know. Just look at this picture make me feel bad.
The bosses gather around the table, cutting deals, safe from the eyes of the law. Meanwhile, a goon keeps watch through the small window. I can practically picture it now.
That window does look like it would be good for keeping on lookout, but little else.
The room had a few other tricks to it. Though, it was common knowledge to our regulars. Under my side of the table, there was always the winning hand, and at any rate, they came to see me play poker in a room steeped in history.
They never noticed the giant mirror we put behind them.
That's why there's 2 decks of cards. Mine's the winning one, theirs is the losing. Despite the dark past, it was all just good, clean fun. Apollo, quit pulling the headphones off my head.
Okay. Play games in 2 decks of cards. 2 decks of cards?
A simple measure to prevent cheating. If you alternate 2 decks, no one can slip in cards.
There's something else I noticed. In addition to the cards on the table, there are some lying scattered on the floor.
Those cards fell out of my sleeve. Precisely. Cards on the table, cards upon the floor. Each one forming a complete deck. A crime scene painted blue by a sad sweep of cards. It's poetic, really. Incidentally, we use 2 types of cards at the club. One deck of cards was red, the other deck blue.
As I recall, in poker you make 5 card hands. I can see how it would be easy to cheat.
Yeah, a game of hands. I really fucked up that voice. Oh yes, a game of hands. I'm holding J, it's really distracting me.
This competition you're talking about. I believe the court understands the nature of the game sufficiently. That's right! It was a simple game after all. Are you sure? Huh? People are not murdered over simple games, Mr. Justice. Defendant, you were in the room the very moment that the crime occurred. Yet you claim no connection to the crime?
No, that's strange.
What's strange?
I was testifying about the competition that night. I didn't say I didn't kill him. Asking me about the crime at this point is against the rules, Your Honor. Of course, I expected to hear a cry of objection from the defense.
I completely let that one slip by.
Don't despair yet, Justice.
So, sir?
Right. There's something I'd like to make clear. Namely, your connection to the case at hand, and I'd like to hear it from you. Sure, why not? I like that hat he's got.
It's a pretty cool beanie. Very well, the defendant will amend his testimony. Just one little press, and I've got myself a whole new testimony. Alright, new and slow.
Complete silence regarding the murder, but I will say I never touched the murder weapon. The bottle's not the murder weapon. I mean, obviously, because it would be broken, right?
Yeah. So, silence?
The defendant has the right to refuse to testify. I haven't forgotten everything about the law, unlike when I was a lawyer.
But why? That clearly puts you at a disadvantage.
And it's your job to turn that run around in our favor, yes?
Our? Great. Like I didn't have enough to do already.
Justice, didn't you detect something odd about that testimony?
Huh? Wait, something said didn't ring a little strangely. Just one thing. Now what was it?
When you figure it out, I'd suggest presenting evidence. Evidence that contradicts the testimony.
A contradiction in Mr. Wright's testimony? But why? I better check the court record. I can't imagine Mr. Wright lying in her testimony.
Isn't it a little early to be jumping to conclusions? This is your first cross-examination. Take it slow. What if it's not Phoenix? Remember that imposter guy from the last game?
Just him.
If you need more information, don't forget to press.
Right, I got it. I'm fine. Time to listen to that testimony again. We don't need to listen to it. I know what to do. Real job. Okay. Real simple. That's all it is, a game. Customers are happy. A police sign regarding the murder. I will say never touch the murder weapon, huh?
Oh, his fingerprints are on the weapon.
Presento bears the defendants.
I present that here.
Oh, strong. Nice strong objection, boys.
He's got a good, strong objection.
So you say you didn't touch the murder weapon? This grape juice bottle? Right?
So I said. Wait, wrong voice. So I said.
Messing up your voice there, huh? Something the matter, Mr. Justice? There's the John laugh. Oh, there's the John emote.
Too bad our new defense attorney never learned how to play dumb.
What's this, Mr. Payne?
I examined the bottle in question, you see. And it was covered with the defendant's fingerprints.
But gosh, no need to shout, Mr. Justice. I can hear you just fine. I thought you were shouting it really slowly. I didn't know he was shouting it at the top of his lungs. You know, it was my first objection. You know, cut me some slack.
Excess yelling can damage the judge's ears and our case.
Dude, every time he yells objection, try to just shout it off the top of my lungs just like he does.
Sure.
It'll be in character, you know. But what about my cords of steel? Anyways, what's so strange about fingerprints on a bottle in a restaurant, huh? Well, that's true. The prints alone don't prove it.
Oh, they wouldn't prove a thing if they were normal fingerprints.
Huh? What do you mean, normal?
But the fingerprints on the murder weapon were upside down.
Upside down? What does that mean?
It means he was holding the bottle inverted, and there can be only one reason for that. Yes. To brain someone with the bottle.
Well, Mr. Gavin, I think things just took a turn for the worse.
Oh, I see no problem, Justice.
Huh?
The only thing that matters is the truth. There's a good reason for everything. You'll see.
Defendant, can you explain your fingerprints on this bottle to the court?
I stand by my plea of silence regarding the murder. for now.
Not very cooperative, are you? This could hurt your case.
Terry's uncooperative because he's hiding something. There must be some reason.
Your Honor, you seem to have forgotten something.
And what might that be, Mr. Gavin?
On the night of the crime, who was it who reported the murder to the police?
Reported?
Well, that was the defendant, Mr. Wright. But still, that...
Really?
Well, yeah, according to the case file. The murder was reported from near the crime scene by a call from the defendant's cell phone.
Near the scene?
Let's take a look at the diagram of the murder scene, shall we?
Oh, we're getting our map.
Paint,
Sorry.
so white.
I was looking at Jay.
The victim was murdered in a small room in a basement 2 floors down from the ground level. Of course, cell phones can't get good reception so far down. The defendant used the stairs in this hallway to go above ground. The call came from the first floor of the restaurant.
I see. And this is the phone that made the call? Right cell phone. Okay.
The defendant could have fled the scene of the crime if he chose. Yet, he fulfilled his duty as a citizen and reported it to the authorities. And you claim he's being uncooperative.
I say, Mr. Gavin, I better not waste this.
I think the prosecution has toyed with our client's time. Our client's enough for the time being.
Boyd, I assure you, no one is more serious about...
What was it you said? The defendant was in the room the very moment the crime occurred? How can you possibly know this?
That's a good question. How indeed?
The answer is simple, Your Honor. Prosecution has a decisive witness.
You're as good as they say you are.
So someone else was in the room the night of the crime. That must mean they witnessed the crime.
Everything up till now has just been a warm-up, Justice. Are you ready?
Very well. The prosecution may call its first witness to the stand.
The witness will state her name and profession.
I'll do this one, since you don't have the voice ready. Oh, hold on just a moment. Look at her. She can barely carry that teacup. Where's the witness?
I surmise that she has been frightened by the defense's demonic-looking horns.
Wow, rude. So I use a little hair gel. Relax, people. Have no fear. If any horns pointing this in your direction, the court will cut them off. You are sure? I swear it on my gavel. Please come out. Is it violence against hair a crime, Your Honor? Well, if you're sure it's okay.
Why is she so cold?
Whoa,
I
wait.
got him.
What? Would the prosecution care to explain the witnesses? Paraphernalia? Well, first word.
Paraphernalia.
First word to add to that list of words I fuck up.
Paraphernalia.
I was wondering when the first fuck up will come.
I was also thinking that too. What's the first word Neng doesn't know?
To be fair, that sounds like that looks like a hard word.
It's a cop word.
Yes. She's a professional, Your Honor. Those are merely the tools of her trade.
And that would be... My name is Olga Orley.
Olga Orley.
Olga Orley.
Olga Orley.
I am employed as waitress in Borch Boat Club restaurant. Then why the camera? Of course, it is my pride to serve borscht that is naming restaurant. But I also perform, how it is said, other service. I take it one of these other services taking the customer's pictures?
No.
Yeah, like for example, this one. That's the defendant.
Indeed, on the night of the murder.
Man in white hat is one who has gone kaput. Indeed, that is the victim. Order! This is quite a piece of evidence to casually drop into our laps. In the same way as I drop cold bowl on borscht laps of customers. Casually. Then the court will casually accept this new evidence. The defendant at the borscht club. Can we look at it from here? No, not yet.
Now, witness, where were you at the time of the murder?
I was in room. The hideout, we call it. Excuse me? The hideout with a Y? It is room where famous gangster bad guy was arrested.
Bad guy?
Bad guy. Is room where murder took place. What? Stop taking photos of me.
Gotcha.
Your look of utter surprise. It is lovely. I will post my courtroom door later for you.
This is going on Instagram.
Photos will be numbered and you will write which ones you want copy of. It will be $5 a photo. So there were 3 people in the room at the time of the crime. The victim, Shotty Smith, Mr. Wright, and Olga Orley, our witness. What is her name a pun of? It's a pun of something. And if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, that means... Very well, witness. You will testify to the court about that night's event. Alright, what do you have to say? That night, customer asked me to deal cards for game. It was cold. Both players played with hats on, da. The victim, he plays whole time with his hand on locket at his neck. Then, last hand is done, but something terrible has happened, da. That man flew at victim and is strangling him to death.
Oh, that's not what happened.
Incidentally, who won the game?
Isn't that obvious? The winner was the victim, Mr. Smith.
Objection!
Phoenix never loses.
That's ridiculous. Because Mr. Wright can't lose.
Oh, Justice. Maybe you can come up with a more legitimate objection.
But he hadn't lost in 7 years.
Take it from me, kid. It happens. I didn't lose a case my first 7 years as prosecutor either. And I've lost every one since.
You know? Did he? I was like, did he win his first case?
Incidentally, I also have some evidence here. These are the poker chips that they lay at the very moment of the crime. The hand and chips on this side belong to the defendant, Mr. Wright. Those on the far side belong to the victim, Mr. Smith.
Chips, you say?
Duh. I mean, yes, imagine poker is war. Your hand is your army, and the chips are the spoils.
I know that. After all, in my youth, I was known as the poker head of courtroom number 3. I think he means poker face. Look at this picture. It does seem like most of the chips are on the victim's side of the table.
He just brought more money.
Very well. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright, lady. You were dealing cards. Do you do this often? No, I am doing this. If customer wishes it, I serve anything. Borscht, cars, more borscht, secret things on the menu, pictures. It is my work. It's good to hear of a place that hasn't forgotten the meaning of service. Yeah, definitely service. Welcome you to Borscht Boat Club, where borscht is as warm as the waitresses. Thank you for not handing out flies in the cross-examination. Cold, both players play their hats on. It's already April. How can it be cold? At Borscht Boat Club, we have pride on authentic rustic Russian restaurant themes, and that includes below 0 degree temperature. Outside it is city in spring, but inside is always as cold as Mother Russia. Wow, just they really did that, huh? Where am I going there? When it comes to hot borscht, cold is best seasoning, da?
The fuck is borscht?
What is borscht? I figured.
I'm googling it.
I thought you would know what that is. That victim would place one time with his hand on Lucky's neck.
Borscht is a Ukrainian beet soup.
That's not
Served
very...
in meat. It's sour and it's inside meat stock.
Does it look good?
No.
His locket? I believe it was good luck charm, da. He gripped it many times as he played that night. Yeah, he must have felt as though it might carry him to the moon and the stars. Though as it was small enough to fit on his neck, it wouldn't have much lift. The defense would like a clarification. This is a locket we're talking about? I mean, a pendant with a picture in it, right? Not a rocket? Of course, I knew that. It was probably a pendant shaped like a rocket. That's why she called it that. No, a locket's a locket. It doesn't matter what shape it's...
It's considered bad form to poke fun at the hard of hearing in our society.
Hard of hearing or hard of understanding?
So, what happened next?
Last hand's done, something terrible happened. Something terrible? Eek! The defense refrained from needless shouting. Alright, sorry.
Something terrible!
And he seriously considers vocal training thing.
Now, Mrs. Orley. Wait, Miss Orley, can you tell us what happened?
Oh, I was so frightened that I trembled with fear. The man flew a victim, strangling him to death. But the defendant would never do such a thing.
Yeah, he would definitely bludgeoning kind of guy.
Well, no, I can't say I've ever heard the defense try this tactic.
If possible, please refrain from embarrassing me.
Still, why would anyone do something like this over a game of poker? Perhaps this is because the defendant has lost game.
Yes, a crushing defeat from a man undefeated. So it always is with men like him. Winners make sore losers. Oh, how the mighty fall.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do.
Right, sir. Leave it to me. There was only 3 people in the room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shotty Smith, Mr. Wright, and if Mr. Wright isn't the killer, I've got you now, girl.
Oh, really?
We got you. Strangle him to death.
Yep, I would do that one.
Yeah. Oh, really? A strangle, you say? That's odd, huh? That normal customer only choke on borscht. No, I mean, this report shows that the victim died of a blow to the head.
Hey, when we get to a slow spot, I gotta put Jay to bed.
Okay. Miss Orley, really now? Did you witness the crime? Ooh, good skills.
Professional.
Damn.
Spider-Man.
Look at this picture. It doesn't seem like he was hit. He's still wearing his hat and everything.
Yet, it is a fact that he was hit, Your Honor.
Oh.
Here's a photo we took of the victim with his hat off during our investigation.
Well, that's quite shocking, isn't it? This head certainly was hit. Hat removed from investigation, okay? But I have seen it happen. The defendant, he lunged at victim, his neck. Oh really, Miss Sorley? I think I caught you in your own lie this time.
Justice. I admire your enthusiasm, but perhaps you should think this one through once more.
What do you mean? I found a contradiction. Praise me.
There's one thing in her testimony that troubles me.
Very
What the
well.
fuck is borscht?
It seems we should continue the cross-examination. There's such a thing as thinking too much. This horse is dead. Let's stop eating it.
There's such a thing as thinking aloud too much, too.
Okay, we're... Both players play his hats on. After the defendant tried to strangle victim, he hit him with bottle.
They're both playing with hats on. Press that. That seems a little...
For a reminder. Lock it?
His rocket.
Oh. Oh, this whole time they thought his hat was a rocket?
No.
What? But wasn't this the statement with their hats? Why are we talking about his locket?
You clicked on the wrong one.
Oh, my bad.
You pressed the wrong one. I thought his hat was a rocket. You're as confused as the judge.
Oh, this one. It's because of the... Is it just because it was cold? Is that what they said? Yeah.
Oh, we already pressed this one, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. I just want to be reminded of why they were wearing hats.
The victim is wearing that hat for heat?
Yeah, because their restaurant's cold. They have it cold on purpose to simulate Russia. That's what she says. He hit him with a bottle. Is this the part where we say the bottle's not broken, so
We should
that's why?
press this one. We haven't pressed this yet. This one's new, right?
We can press again. Oh yeah, this is new. You didn't say anything about him hitting before! I'm so sorry. I must be forgetting this, duh. Witness, you will take great care with your testimony. Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor.
And that clears up a discrepancy with the autopsy report, I believe. The defendant made to strangle his victim, then changed his mind. And chose a simpler, blunter means to do the job. Yes, that sums it up nicely.
So he strangled him, then hit him? Something's fishy about all this.
Go ahead. I believe you know what it is you need to do.
Right, sir. Leave it to me. There was only 3 people in that room at the time of the murder. The victim, Shadi Smith, Mr. Wright, and this lady that clearly did it. Oh, did I keep saying Shadi or something?
Yeah, he keeps saying shoddy like he's like Indian. So they keep hammering that there was only 3 people. Is there any of these that contradicts that?
Well, let's see. I think what Apollo's trying to say is he wants to turn around on her to say that
Like she did it?
Yeah. So after the defendant tried to strangle the victim, he hit him with a bottle. Let's take a look at these in detail, right? We haven't done that yet. Anything sus about this?
There's many bottles there, easy to grab. Why is Phoenix wearing flip-flops in the cold diner?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess, yeah. What about this picture? Anything sus here?
Is there another picture with the cards on the floor?
Yes.
Oh, you can't read them. I was wondering if maybe the cards on the floor would be like a duplicate of the one on the table.
Yeah, or not. But there's something that's suspicious. Why are there already cards on the floor? You see one? Notice that?
But this is after the fight, right?
No. Is it? Maybe. Oh, let me see
Yeah,
what it
because you
says.
can see the victim's leg there.
Oh, defendant and victim chips when crime took place. Oh, okay. But wait. Didn't they?
Why'd you take a picture of that?
Also, why are all the cards here? If I thought they were supposed to be scattered about after the crime took place. So why is the deck like neatly covered
Maybe
up?
the red deck laid on the fell on the ground.
The red deck?
Yeah.
It's in black and white. We can't. It could be the red deck. You're right, because we can have color for proof here. But that's something to keep in mind for later. Oh, the bottle also isn't broken here.
Yeah.
So let's look at a picture of him.
I think she killed him after Wright left, and then she smacked him on the head with the bottle because she knew Wright had her fingerprints on it.
It could be, but what do we
Figure a way
do?
to prove that.
Yeah, but what do we do for now?
Go to the one of them talking again. That's the newest one.
Oh, what were you saying? This is the
Go to
newest
the one of them talking. That's the newest photo, right?
This one, right?
Yeah. We haven't really looked at this one that much.
The flip-flop things is interesting, though.
Yeah, I wish we could ask him about that.
I mean, there's a statement we can do. It was cold. Both players play with hats on.
You want to try presenting on this one? It's
Yeah,
the
just-
tutorial. They shouldn't hit us that hard, right?
That's the penalty. You see the penalty at the top? We only got 5 HP.
It is weird. I would say try it.
It is weird.
You wouldn't wear flip-flops in the cold. And plus, that guy's hat, like, isn't there for warmth, right? That's for style and for poker face.
Yeah. Yeah, let's give it a shot. Our first penalty.
Yeah, what if Phoenix is just wearing that because he's going bald?
Yeah. Alright, our first penalty, baby. Your Honor, what do you think about this witness statement?
Oh, the music didn't stop.
I'm not sure I follow you. It clearly contradicts the thought. You sound very sure, Mr. Justice. Objection overruled. Your first penalty in your career.
Damn.
I don't think that won me any points with the judge. I like where you were going with that. Maybe it might not be. I have a feeling that's gonna come up later, but I don't know if it's gonna come up now.
What was that last one?
The defendant tried to strangle the victim. He hit him with the bottle. After the let's see. Upside down, okay.
So how much of this trying to figure shit out did you cut out for the videos?
None. We don't cut anything out. You watch, you get to see the whole struggle all the way through. So the longer we struggle, the more Shane will get to laugh at us.
Come on, Shane, scream us the answer. I know I was screaming answers at you guys.
Oh,
Go to
man.
the. Let's
Now
read
you're
the
on
statements again. What are
Now
like the
you're-
middle two?
okay. Yeah, now you're in. Now it's your turn to look dumb.
It was cold.
Do your cards for game.
She dealt the cards.
She dealt the cards. Both players play with hats on.
Okay.
Victim, you play a whole time with his hand. Unlock it at his
Do
neck.
you have a locket on all those pictures? Because Phoenix has a locket or something on his neck.
This
Yeah,
dude,
that guy does.
He does. He does have a locket. Oh, but his locket's not here.
Yeah, where's his locket? Weird.
Shall we present that?
Yeah, present it.
The whole time with his hand locket on his neck. Okay. Oh, we got it.
Where's the music?
You know, there was one curious part of testimony, just like Mr. Gavin said. Minus the fact that Phoenix was wearing flip-flops in the code. But what does it mean? Mr. Justice, would you care to explain what it is that you're thinking so intensely about? Recall the testimony, Your Honor. The victim played with his hand on locket at his neck, I believe she said.
Hope you aren't about to raise an objection to the witness's grammar.
No, but look at this photograph. Look at this photograph. Do you see a locket on the victim's neck?
Well done, Justice. I'm impressed. I knew you'd be able to handle this.
But what does it mean? If we are to believe this witness's testimony as is, then the locket disappeared following the victim's death. Lockets just don't disappear, Your Honor.
It's quite simple when you think about it. It was actually a rocket. If the locket is gone, someone must have taken it off, no?
Taking it off? Wait, you don't mean...
The defendant wasn't strangling the victim at all. He was taking off his locket. Wouldn't that explain it?
Ah,
Huh?
the defendant, what do you have to say to this? Say.
Isn't this a cool locket I got on right now? Yes.
I just noticed this, but you have something hanging around your neck, don't you?
Oh, you mean this? Yes, it's a locket with a photograph inside. A photo of my daughter. He has a daughter now?
Come again? Mr. Wright, you have a daughter?
We confirmed at the time of the arrest. The picture in this locket is indeed Mr. Wright's daughter.
So Mr. Wright has a locket too?
Her name is Nia.
Why do I buy that? It's just a coincidence. Also, why is Phoenix's daughter someone older than him?
Nia.
Yes, Mia's the oldest sister.
So Nia with an N.
Well now, if the results of this poker game led to the murder, perhaps we should hear a bit more about the outcome of this game.
Further testimony won't be necessary. It's clear the defendant lost. Badly.
Yeah. Miss Orley, you will testify to the court about the game played between the victim and defendant. The game began with 3,500 points in chip for each man. House chip come in two sizes, small and large. The one who was winning, it was victim. For last hand, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. The moment loss was decided, defendant grabbed bottle from table and... Indeed, look at this picture. It does seem to be a one-sided game.
As the court knows, poker was the defendant's life. Failure must have been a bitter pill to swallow.
Ah, how many times have I heard these words? I done it in a fit of anger, Your Honor, and now I regret what I've done. A common tale, but true. Methinks the judge watches too many old court movies. Mr. Rice said he hasn't lost in 7 years, so this testimony must clearly be wrong. Alright, game again with 3,500 points just for each band. Are those the usual starting points? Were any special rules used? No, not special. Usual game, usual rules. If each man began with 3,500 points, then the total would be...
3,000.
Exactly 6. No, 7,000 points. Please, this isn't calculus. It's not even long division. How chips come in two sizes, small and large? Are the chips in this photo all the chips that were used? Of course. Something's fishy with these chips. Should I press harder?
Always press harder.
Yeah, you learn from Shane, I see. Maybe you can explain a bit about these chips then, huh? Explain? What is there to be explained?
Poker chips are poker chips. They're not fishing chips, not a chip off the old block, not a motorcycle cop, not a...
Thanks. Now that I pressed her, I better ask something. What are these chips worth? Are they in dollars or rubles even? Yeah, as I've been saying before, it was game, not the gambling. Hard perhaps for capitalists to understand. Two types of chips, 100-point chip and 1,000-point chip. It is not money.
Now.
It is not money.
7,000.
What'd you say?
Look at the picture. Do they total 7,000?
So, big one was how
Big
much?
chips are big ones are 1,000. Little ones are 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10,000 points there on the table with just the big ones.
Ah, somebody doesn't know how to count.
Yeah, there's 10,600 points there.
It is not money, duh.
Sorry. Justice.
Sir!
Don't you find her a comment interesting?
In more ways than one, sir.
I'd have it added to her testimony myself.
Well, the defense want the witness to... Does the defense want the witness to add to her testimony? This is new. They usually just do it. Sure, why not? Yeah, I do think this deserves further scrutiny. Add it to her testimony. Wish I knew where I was going with this. Very well, witness, if you'll be so kind. Da, Your Honor. One kind chip is worth 100 points. The other kind is worth 1,000. Two kinds at all. Well, we gotcha.
The small one worth 1,000?
Red, and then that's the
That would be 5,000, and then how many? There was.
Yeah, let's
That would
look
be
at that.
6,000, so there'd be 1,000 missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, never mind, that's 7,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's one big chip missing. If that was the case.
So, so the big chip...
3, 6, 9, 10. Oh no, it is 7,000 on the table then. Just the big ones are the 100, and the small chips are 1,000.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, the game was trying to get us, huh? With
Yeah,
that.
Phoenix is actually winning by a lot. He has 4,100 on his side then.
Hmm. Okay, one kind of chip
I
is
pressed
worth...
that to see if you can get that to be revealed. And added
Mr.
evidence.
Gans, so this testimony is important. To be honest, I have no idea why. Mr. Justice, do a court a favor and think of what you want to say before raising your hand. We're not in kindergarten. Ah, sorry, I'm fine. I better think of something to ask. And quick. The two types of chips. Duh. The small ones are 100 and the big ones 1,000. Right? Right, of course.
Don't waste our time.
That was a lot of laughing for one ha. Is that all? Yeah, well... Great, Mr. Garrett made me stop her. Now I'm the one who looks dumb.
I'd probably present on that one then.
Yeah.
Oh, Justice? Please try not to embarrass me like that.
Huh? Who? Me?
There's a clear contradiction in the information you have in your hands.
What?
It's a simple matter of calculation. Calculation. Go on, try it. We're not in kindergarten, after all.
Calculation. Good thing Kevin's already one step ahead of all this math. Present time.
Ooh, do we present on this one or the next one?
The one who was winning was victim. Oh, you right. Wait, have we pressed this yet?
No.
Well, obviously they're gonna say that.
Press it.
You're telling me that Mr. Wright, undefeated for 7 whole years, was losing? Duh, must have been the most unlucky day for him. Look at that. Took a picture of that loser. I'm glad I did not take other picture of him. It would break camera, obviously. The chips, they went always to victim's side of table.
So you're telling us it was a one-sided game.
Duh, one-sided and... For last time, defendant play with all chips on table and lose. And lose? Last hand. It was largest points of any hand. The defendant hand. It was excellent. He tried to use it to take victory from behind. It appears that both the defendant and the victim's hands are in this picture. That is truly an excellent hand. However, so is the victim's. One with highest number wins, so defendant loses.
The victim, Mr. Sorry, I keep forgetting to push the talk on. The victim, Mr. Smith, had a stronger hand than the defendant and crushed him. I believe that explains what occurred next.
Once card laid down table, it happened. Moment loss was decided, defendant grabs bottle from table. And what happened next? Even to think it now, I shake and tremble, I did not believe such thing would happen. What such thing? Please, you must believe. I have no idea. How could such thing occur? What such thing, lady? Yeah. The defendant had been hitting victim. That is all happened right before me. I saw bottle coming down victim's head.
Decisive, isn't it, Your Honor? My witness saw the very moment of the crime.
Remember, your first goal is to gather information.
Yes, sir. Look out, contradiction here. Here comes justice. Alright. We're at the beginning again. I think. Here? Picture here?
Yeah, I think you present on this one.
Alright.
No, do the last one. Do the last one. Go back one.
This one?
Present on this one. Because this is the one where it doesn't add up to 7,000.
Okay.
Or maybe you press on the first one. Isn't the first one the 7,000 one?
Well, the game began. This picture might not relate to how the game started.
Okay, yeah, okay.
So this one, right? Or should we do this one?
Do this one.
This one? Okay.
Yeah.
We did the math. You sure it was the victim who won? Absolutely sure? Huh?
It seems our new attorney is a bit confused. A glance at the picture is enough to tell you who won, if you're not in kindergarten.
Just for safety's sakes, can you explain the problem to the court? Of course, Your Honor. In this photo, I see small chips and I see large chips. Tell me, which were worth 1,000 points?
Why, the big ones, of course, duh.
Oh, I thought so too. But then the totals don't add up.
The totals?
Let's review what the witness told us. Each man started with 3,500 points in chip. And the combined total value of the chips was 7,000 points. Yes. If my calculations are correct, let's see. 3 plus 1, carry the 5, multiply the 3. They are, Your Honor. Now, look at this photo that allegedly shows all the chips. If the big chips are worth 1,000 points and the small chips are worth 100, and you add them up,
How much is it?
do it yourself, you old man. You aren't in kindergarten, are you? 10,600 points. The chips don't add up. This clearly contradicts the witness's testimony.
But why? How could this be?
Exactly, Justice.
What's
Now that you know the what, you must determine the why.
Right. There's only one possible way to explain this contradiction. The chip count was wrong. We can't prove
Starting
that the
lines.
we can't prove that the starting points are incorrect. Or can we?
Wait, is it both were right? We can't prove the starting ports are wrong or that the chip count was wrong because the chip count's right as long as it's opposite, right? Like
Okay. Is this 7,000?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, it's 7,000 as long as the small ones are 1,000, the big ones are 100.
Okay, so that means the starting points are correct. Because it's
It means the
7,000.
chip count is. It means for sure the chip count is right, and yeah, both are right.
Oh, both are right. Okay.
Yep, both are right. It's just that the chips are backwards.
The labelization is backwards, yeah. Each man began the game with 3,500 points. If all the chips are indeed shown in this photograph, then there can only be one answer. Well, what is it? The value of the chips was the other way around.
What?
Want to know what I think? The small chips were worth 1,000 points, not the big ones.
Madness. Utter madness.
Show me the photograph of the chips again. There are 6 small chips and 10 large chips. Why, that does make 7,000 points when you add them up.
Excellent work, Justice. It's almost as though you figured it out all by yourself.
Well, I'm just glad I was the one who said it.
But wait. The value of the chips may be different, but that changes nothing.
Indeed, the victim did have the larger number of chips though. What? Exactly. If the small chips are 1,000 points and the large chips are 100, let's do a little math. Add up the points for each side of the table. The victim, Mrs. Smith, had 2,900 points and the defendant had 4,100 points? Well now, it seems that Mr. Wright was winning that night after all.
That's impossible.
My client even less reason to kill the victim. After all, he was winning! Now, Miss Orley, you must have known the true value of the chips. Since you were there at the scene of the crime. Weren't you? All my stuff. Order, order! It appears our defendant has lost his motive. And Mr. Wright's supposed defeat never happened. We must now ask ourselves whether we can trust the witness. Excuse me? What is it, Miss Orley? I do not want to be saying this, but actually, you see,
What, Miss Orley? What did we see?
in the last hand, there was cheat. Duh.
Cheat? You don't mean a trick?
Wait, or do you mean a scam? They're all the same thing. Yes, there was cheat in last hand. That is why game ends with chip as they are. Oh great, just great. First we have lying, now cheating.
Well, this case certainly has taken a turn. For the interesting.
Witness, you will please testify to the court. Tell us about this cheating in the final hand. The last hand, both men had full house. There is 4 of each card in deck from ace to king. If you look at both men's hand, cheat is more obvious. The next moment, game becomes argument. The defendant's trick was exposed. He took bottle in his hand. Poor Mr. Smith. Miss Orley, why did you not tell the court about this from the very beginning? You scary. I thought I smelled a cover up here. Well, folks, it's time to throw back the covers. A full house is a very high scoring hand. Not easy to make in my experience.
That alone is enough to suspect less than scrupulous tactics.
Mr. Gavin?
Mr. Gavin? Oh, whoops. I'm sorry.
Why you repeating what I'm
It
saying?
looked at him. It looked at him, though.
What's a full house?
Lawyers these days, you don't know your poker?
I can't say this bode well for your case or career. What is this? Some kind of secret court poker ring?
Justice. You know the terms 1 pair, 2 pair, and 3 of a kind, yes?
Yeah, no problem. 2 cards of the same number makes a pair, and 3 makes 3 of a kind.
Good. Now picture a hand with 1 pair and 1 3 of a kind. That's a full house.
That doesn't sound very easy to make, does it?
You can see each player's hand in this photo.
Wow, they both have full houses.
We forget, there's an easy way to make a full house and go undefeated for 7 years. You cheat.
The defense may cross-examine the witness. If we did cheat in the last hand, that still leaves 1 point question. Mr. Wright lost that hand. Who's ever heard of a professional con man losing when they cheat? Okay, let's take a look at that photo, right? So apparently something seems a little sus about the hands. Notice anything sus?
Not immediately.
If we look at that hand, we'll be able to notice that something was sus, she says. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see anything sus either.
Here's my last one.
Alright, I guess we
Yeah,
press.
the
right?
only thing suspicious is that they both had full houses, which is rare.
Yeah, I guess we press until for more. Last hand, both man full house. Just how hard is it to make a full house anyways? It is quite hard, duh. It is making a pair and a 3 of a kind at the same time. I guess that's right. Very difficult to be sure. You can take my word as the poker head of courtroom number 3. Very difficult, duh, but it's not impossible. Okay, full house, hard. This line questioning, a waste of time. There's 4 of each card deck from base to king. Okay. 4 of each card, you say? There is 1 spade, 1 diamond, 1 heart, and 1 club for each card. It is an interesting fact that this number 4 comes in number of seasons. Huh, you don't say. Did you know that the cards are numbered 1 to 13? Add all the cards in a deck and you get 364. A year. Huh, you don't say. Isn't that 1 day short?
That's why each deck has 2 jokers. They say the second joker stands for the leap year. Thus, you have a perfect representation of the year. All of the decks of cards.
Did you
All
actually
in that
know?
deck of cards.
Did you actually know this was a thing?
No, did you?
I did not know this.
In fact, as I was like reading all this, I was thinking, how did we come up with this as like the standardized like cards? I'm sure like a couple hundred years ago there was like tons of random cards that people would make up, right? How
Yeah.
did this become the standardized thing that everyone uses?
You think this is the reason why?
I don't know.
The
I think
Joker.
this one. I think these cards probably just had a couple popular games that sailors liked a lot, or maybe it was because like these were like the British cards or whatever, and then as they like conquered and expanded their empire. I don't know. I'm gonna look into it later.
Okay. Huh, you don't say. I'm gonna be in this courtroom for a year if it keeps going like this. If you look at both men's hands, she is more obvious. Ah.
Please spell it out for us.
How was it clear? Well, the defendant, he played a 5th ace.
Looking for you now.
What?
Where?
A 5th ace? I still remember both hands very well. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. And Mr. Wright's
God.
too.
Look at the picture again. How did we not catch that?
Because it wasn't 3
I mean,
aces.
it wasn't. It was 2 aces.
Okay, so where's this conversation going then? Let's see, I wonder.
Obviously, cheating was afoot, or perhaps I should say, a hand.
Your
Shut up,
Honor,
Payne.
perhaps this can be added to the testimony without Mr. Payne's joke.
But what if I want Mr. Payne's joke in there? Very well, the witness will add this detail to her testimony, please. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces and Mr. Wright's 2. It is 5 aces in all. Do we just present the picture and just say,
Yeah,
Straight
just
up say
present
it's
it
not?
immediately. What's the point of it? Let's just stop this line here.
look at this photo. It appears that the witness is mistaken.
Just making shit up the whole time.
Mistaken? But my name? Look, this piece of evidence clearly contradicts what you said in your testimony. That's the photo of the chips, is it not?
Justice. Perhaps you had to explain your point in a way that the judge can comprehend. In other words, use your finger and point out your point.
Yes, please point out the contradiction in this photo. What particular point contradicts the witness's testimony? Are we pointing to the king or the ace?
Ace. Just put it right on like the king of diamonds.
Right here.
Yeah.
It'll get one of them, right?
Yep.
What?
Nope. Oh.
What?
Oh. There we go.
I'm pointing. I'm pointing. I'll
Like
present.
Like that.
Miss Orley, in your testimony, you made the following claim. Mr. Smith's hand had 3 aces. But as you can clearly see, the victim's hand only held 2 aces. What, you don't know how to count?
Well, maybe the witness was simply confused. Perhaps it was the defendant's hand that held the 3rd ace in question.
Take another look at the evidence. As you can see, the defendant also had 2 aces in his hand. Where's this 5th ace? I see cheating alright, and it's going on right here in this courtroom, old man.
Oh, classic.
2 aces in each player's hand does make 4 aces total. Hardly proof of cheating. Wait, the police! It is true. I have seen it. The fifth ace. There was cheating. I swear to you. That's odd. She must be lying. Yeah, she's the most sincere I've seen her all day.
It was in the guy's hat. You're right to trust your instincts.
Mr. Gavin?
Who knows what lies in store for us in the trial ahead?
Mr. Gavin, why are you being so ominous right now?
Your Honor, if I may, I have a suggestion. Can we turn off the scary music?
Oh,
What might that be, Mr. Gavin?
If you don't mind. Perhaps we might examine the actual cards?
The cards?
Mr. Payne,
Yes?
the players' hands that night were set aside as evidence, were they not? The defense would like to request that the cards be shown to the court.
Very well. The prosecution will submit this evidence. Which will you examine? The victim's cards or the defendant's cards? If these cards don't prove cheating was going on, nothing will. Now, which of these hands is more suspicious? Clearly the one that apparently has 3 aces, right?
You look at it? I would say the victim's hand, yeah.
It was the victim's hand that changed over the course of the witness's testimony. The defense requests time to examine Mr. Smith's cards. Very well. Mr. Payne, if you would. Very well.
Very well.
Oh, whoops.
Now you did it.
Victim's hand was left at the scene of Full House.
Well, time's wasting. Get to it, Justice. Now just turn the cards over and see that there's a red one.
Oh, we'll do it right in front. I'll do it right in front of you, boss. Right in front of you, boss. The reveal.
Can you
Ooh.
turn them a little faster, please, Justice?
Oh! I don't see anything weird.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
his
no.
hand is fine.
Yeah, it looks alright.
Weren't they playing out of the blue deck? He has 4 red cards?
Interesting. No clues here. Yeah, see, no clues here.
Why did you do that?
I don't see anything suspicious about this deck, you see. Only one of the cards has a blue back. I'm much more of a red guy myself. Blue is so not red, you know? That's all I had to say.
Alright, yeah, nothing suspicious here. I don't like that blue one though.
Interesting.
Well,
Wait.
time's a wasting.
So does that mean that he had 4 red cards?
Yeah, he had 4 red cards even though they're playing out of the blue deck.
Oh, Conspiracy theory. What if this deck was red?
All along, and
All
the
along.
blue ones got swapped, like the place on the
What if-
table.
What if the deck on the table right now is also red, but they just put 1 blue card on top for the illusion that it was a blue deck?
Could be.
Okay. Alright,
I don't know why. Why would they do that?
Why would they do that? I
Yeah.
don't know. We'll have to figure it out.
Okay.
Time's a wasting. Well, I did it, boss. Turns out I really like the
Now you have
color.
to do it again. When examining evidence, be sure to view it from all sides and angles.
But I
Did
already
you know
looked at
you
it.
can turn these cards around?
I did not. I was not using the arrows at all.
Try using up, left, down, right to turn it around every which way, and B and to zoom in and out.
What language are you speaking, boss?
I'm just compelled to say these things. That should give you a better perspective on the case.
Okay, let's do this. Boss, I already figured out that I don't like the color blue. Why are you making me do this again? Look, here's the color I don't like. What? On second, look, wait a second.
Wait a second.
Your Honor, look at this. One of the victim's cards.
One of the victim's cards is the right color.
The back is a different color. That's impossible. But I put that card in Wright's hand. What? Did I say something? No, don't worry about it. I didn't say nothing.
What was that, Miss Orley?
No. Yeah. I silly said, duh. I have eek.
Your Honor.
Mr. Gavin, yeah.
Tell me, what is the easiest way to cheat at poker?
To cheat? Oh, clearly, that's reading people's minds.
Have the dealer cheat for you?
No, it's
I'll
reading
tell
people's
you.
minds.
One merely needs a friend, a comrade, shall we? What if Wright was using that like mental lock thing the whole time and reading people's minds for real?
Yeah, boss, go ahead.
The dealer.
Wait, so you mean this witness, Miss Orley?
She's the cheater. A professional, I'd wager.
No! Order!
I think you mean a professional waiter.
Focus, Justice. Time to take advantage of her. Of her mistake, I mean. Your Honor, please recall the testimony we just heard. That's impossible, but I put that card in Wright's hand. Ergo, Miss Olga Orley conspired to cheat, not with my client,
But on her husband!
But
With the victim!
with the victim, Mr. Shoddy Smith.
Hey,
Shady Smith.
hey.
Oh! Not only did she cheated poorly. Therefore, it's not hard to imagine an altercation between her and the victim. Wait, you don't mean the defense isn't accusing the witness, Miss Olga Orley, are you? Time for justice.
Got 4 more.
There were 3 people in the room at the time of the incident. And if Mr. Wright isn't guilty, then that means
The victim killed himself!
I am. The defense accuses the witness, Miss Olga Orley, of murder. Ah. Damn, I thought she was gonna still catch that. She faints and she still catches that. I'll be hella impressed. Mr. Payne, where is your witness, Miss Olga Orley?
She tunneled out of here, I'm sorry. It appears she lost consciousness, Your Honor.
Mr. Justice? Your Honor! It seems you presented a new possibility to the court. One suggesting a connection between the witness and the victim, Mr. Smith. And that means this court cannot pronounce a verdict for the defendant at this time.
What?
I did it! I held out! I see no point in prolonging the trial this day. The prosecution will need to make further inquiries. Whoa. Well, Mr. Wright?
You can't end the trial here, Your Honor. Not yet.
What nonsense is the defendant spewing now?
Think. One of the cards had a different colored back. Don't you wonder what it means?
What are you doing, Mr. Wright? raising objections right when you're about to get off the hook. Ridiculous!
Mr. Payne, you of all people should know. Mr. Wright has a talent for the ridiculous. Perhaps we should get to the bottom of things. Let's clear up the facts about the game that fateful night. Oh.
As I said before, we alternated between 2 decks of cards that night.
That was said before.
The 2 decks at the club have different color backs, blue and red. 1 color per deck.
Why use different color backs?
If we use the same color, the 2 decks might get mixed.
Use different colors, they still got mixed up. Hello.
We used the red deck for the last game.
Oh, see, my theory, true. I see, but that's odd. For some reason, I have this impression that you were using the blue cards.
It was probably that poem about blue cards in the beginning of the trial.
Yeah, me too. I'm sure someone said something about blue cards.
Whatever. In the end, 1 card got the wrong color into the mix. Which means there was cheating.
Yes. A card slipped into the deck. That would seem to indicate cheating. Yet, this card raises 2 serious questions. Apollo?
Yeah?
Let's consider the first question, shall we? Think. In the last game, when was the card swapped?
When?
There are 3 broad possibilities here. It could have been swapped before the murder, during the murder, or after.
Well, yeah, thanks for the news bulletin, Mr. Wright. Of course it was swapped.
Oh? It might be as simple as you think, Payne, or it might not be. I'd like to hear what Apollo thinks first. When do you think the cards were swapped?
When was the card swapped into the deck? Oh shit, when? What do you think?
Why was there a blue deck of cards down? That wouldn't be before the murder, because Wright would have noticed immediately, right?
Yeah, I think Wright would notice that the guy has 1 blue card and a handful of red cards, so...
Yep. So it has to be during or after.
Consult our clues. During or after?
Wait, it happened?
I'm gonna say after, because I'm pretty sure she murdered him, right?
I'm assuming after because the top card of this deck is blue, which means somebody put a blue card on top of the red deck to throw off the perception of colors, right?
Yeah, I'll say after.
Because like it'd be weird to do that as the murder was happening. So I'm thinking after as well. Perhaps it happened after the murder.
What's that? Ridiculous! What's the point of cheating after the hands have been shown? That's silly.
Yes, but tell me, how do you swap cards during the game? I'll take silly over impossible.
take it from me, son. There's a lot of silly things in this world, but very little impossible.
Oh, even when the backstar cards are a different color? If you pull that during a game, you'll be caught in no time.
Quite true. That would mean that the blue card in question was swapped after the hands were shown after the murder.
Okay, this is going past silly and straight on to crazy. I ask again, what's the point of cheating after the game's over? Who would do that?
Oh, indeed. That's one of the mysteries before us.
There's another?
Yes, a simple yet decisive question must be asked. Who swapped the red card for a blue card?
What? Who?
The game and murder is done. The victim is dead. Only two remain in the room, alive, that is. The defendant and our witness.
Okay, so who was it that swapped the red card for a blue?
Olga, right?
Is it Olga?
Why would Phoenix do it?
I know Phoenix didn't do it, but is it really Olga though? Or was because I've been suspecting for a while that I don't think there's just 3 people in the room. I think this is like a 4th person. Everyone keeps thinking that there's only 3 people in the room, but I don't have any evidence for that. But I also don't
I
think
think it was Olga.
You think
Just
it was Olga?
because, yeah, it gives her an excuse to like swap the cards around. I think Phoenix won that hand. It was an all-in hand, and Phoenix won the hand, and he got the locket. Then he left or whatever. Olga murders the guy. Then she makes it look like, Phoenix was cheating and gave him the losing hand. I think the cards on the table, all of them were different before, and Phoenix won that last hand.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have a better theory, so I'll take your theory. Why? Must have been Olga. Orly who swapped the cards. She was trying to cover up evidence of the cheating. That does make some sense.
Sorry. But there's a problem with that explanation.
Huh?
The swapped card was from the wrong deck.
Yes, a blue card was stuck into a red hand.
Mixing a card from the wrong deck when the backs are different colors. Remember that you're talking about Olga Orly. She was the dealer. Do you really think she'd make such a novice mistake?
Actually, I have trouble imagining even the judge making that mistake.
Give it a little more thought, Apollo.
You're right. So who was it that swapped the red card for a
Mulder
blue?
did it.
It must have been the victim then.
Oh.
Or
oh.
is...
Okay.
What?
Yeah, the victim. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one who swapped the card wasn't Mr. Ray, of course. And, well, it doesn't seem that it could have been Olga Orly either. What are you suggesting?
That's hardly a logical conclusion, I'll admit. As the defense, I think it can only make sense for you to name Miss Orly at this point.
Yes, I know. But But she was the one without the cards, right? I just can't believe she would make the mistake of swapping the wrong color card. And if the card was swapped during the game, it'd be obvious. Something like to share with the court, Mr. Wright?
Are they?
My apologies, Your Honor. I was just thinking about how much fun all this is.
Well,
How about confusing? They have no idea what the defense is claiming, Your Honor. If the one who swapped the card wasn't the defendant, and it wasn't Miss Orley, then who was it?
Yeah, well, that is the question, isn't it?
Precisely.
Huh?
I believe we're about to see this case take
like open
a new
the
direction.
window here.
A new direction?
They did it.
We'll find that, indeed, after the murder, someone swapped one of the cards in the victim's hand. That someone made two critical mistakes. I'm sure that you're going to tell us that the first was swapping the wrong color card. Because the one who did the swap didn't know two colors of cards were being used. The other mistake was the number on the card.
Right. The person replaced the 5th ace with a king.
I'm sure whoever swapped it wasn't expecting there to be a 5th ace after all. All they knew was that the game had been won with a full house. So they picked up a king from the table and swapped it in.
But there's one problem.
Very good.
According to our case record, this person doesn't exist.
True. Not until now. But you have to admit the possibility of a 4th person. Though it's more than a possibility. There was someone else there that night at the scene of the crime. Her name was Mystic Maya.
What?
I believe the judge spoke truthfully earlier. You do make trials ridiculous, Mr. Wright.
This trial has proceeded on one central assumption. Namely, that at the time of the incident, there were only 3 people in that room.
I believe this new evidence, shall we say, overturns that assumption.
The problem is that you chose to conceal this information from the court.
I suppose that is a problem, yes.
Court is adjourned for a brief recess. Mr. Gavin, I'll see you in my chambers during this recess.
Certainly, Your Honor.
Very well, the trial will resume in 20 minutes. Really, an intermission?
On a tutorial case?
Yeah, on a tutorial case. Interesting. Usually, all the other games, we're done by now.
That was quite unexpected, Mr. Wright. To suddenly claim there was another person at the scene of the crime like that. I must ask, is it the truth? Oh, no. I'd assume you would know the answer to that. Being mysterious, are we? Sadly, I have no time for mysteries. I'd only ask that you leave the defending to your defense in the future. Otherwise, I cannot guarantee the outcome. I see you haven't mellowed out one bit, Christoph.
The switch
Justin.
and then turn the bat.
Yeah, yes, sir.
The judge has summoned me to his chambers, so carry on without me.
There.
You did well, Apollo.
Can I ask you something?
Sure, the hat was a gift from my daughter.
The hell hat can you wear? Is that really yours, Mr. Wright?
You're wondering about the victim's disappearing locket. Here, you can take a look at it. That's a picture of my daughter in there.
Wow.
A magician girl.
I'm just surprised to hear you have a daughter.
I adopted her yesterday. Most people are. Perhaps you'll meet her one of these days.
One more question. Also, theory, you think that's Pearl?
No, I think that's probably somebody he adopted.
Really?
Because she looks old, right? And she doesn't look like Pearl.
I mean, it has been like, what, 8 years? He's like 33, he's like 20, he was 25 by the end of 13, so I figured like 8 years? Pearl would be like 16-ish by now.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's just, I'm just curious, okay. One more question. The one who cheated that night, was it you?
What do you think?
Huh?
You know what happened 7 years ago. What I did. It's not unreasonable for you to think I might cheat. Do we know?
We don't. There's, something
He must
that
have
happened.
forged evidence in a case, and that's why he's not a lawyer anymore.
Ooh. I never, honest, but it is odd that he managed to go undefeated for 7 whole years.
You want to know something? There's only one game where you can be dealt all bad cards all night and still win. Poker?
Huh?
You see, poker is all about reading your opponent. In that way,
Did she have my
it's a lot
doors
like a
volume?
court case.
Poker is like trial law?
Remember you
Figure
write
out
that
what
it
your
has to
opponent
be
is
like
thinking.
a pressure.
And you win.
Well, yeah, but that's harder than it sounds.
I think not. Try as they might to conceal it, everyone reveals their true thoughts in the end, especially when you can read their hearts with this, what is that thing called? Hirodao or something?
Magatama.
Tagatama?
like it.
Magatama?
Stuff like that, yeah.
Their body language can become a valuable resource for information.
You're kidding!
That witness, for instance, Miss O'Reilly.
O'Reilly.
O'Reilly. She would touch the back of her neck during certain parts of her testimony. Is this game gonna have us look for tells now?
That would be cool. That would be cool, actually. I also, did you even notice that?
No,
I did not notice that either.
but I didn't know I was supposed to be looking for it either.
Yeah.
Did you notice?
No. Come on, who knows that? You guys did 3 games where you guys didn't do this. You can't just expect us to know now.
Such a slender neck. I couldn't stop staring at it. Words, habits, twitches. It's all information for the reading. That's the secret to winning, Apollo. Someone taught me, and now I pass the secret on to you.
But I'm not worthy. I mean, there's no way I'll pick up on these signals.
No, you can do it.
Huh?
You just don't know it yet.
Then why is he saying this like it's a superpower that we're about to get? What's he talking about?
You will. Soon. Ah, I almost forgot. One more thing about this case. You should know, I haven't told the truth to anyone yet.
What?
I haven't told a single truth.
Damn.
I have my reasons, of course. All shall be revealed. My daughter actually murdered him.
How did Phoenix go from the third game to this version?
Yeah, he's like a totally different guy. He's definitely he acts like a fucking mysterious, shady poker player now.
That's pretty cool though.
And Apollo, I need you to be there defending me. I need your power.
Stop talking like like we're about to enter an anime arc. My power? I had no idea my cores of steel was that special.
It's time.
What if Apollo does think that he's talking about the core of steel? So he's like, alright, I'm gonna shout every time.
Scream as loud as he can to startle everybody. The real trial begins now.
Yeah.
Do your best for your old pal,
It's
Phoenix.
strong.
Wait, if he hasn't been telling the truth this entire time, then that girl's not his daughter.
I don't think he's lied about every single thing. I think he just means he has never told what happened that night yet.
Oh, okay.
Although that would be funny if he if he actually did mean I've only lied every sentence.
How much save data do we have? 10 compared to 3? Oh, I feel spoiled.